Okay, so the lawnmower's going now. I should have done this earlier, but we're at the graveyards just below Stirling Castle, and that's Stirling Castle up there, and we're trying to find the Dad's uncle's Lawson's grave, and we've had not a lot of luck, so I thought I'd just video a little bit around here, and then maybe Auntie Margaret could point it out to Dad where she found it. So I'll start here and I'll just walk through, and there's a little viewing area up the top, and I'll video the whole thing. But this is the church here, and this is in Stirling, of course, Stirling Castle, and a few other cool little things I noticed as we were going. Just on this old building here. Oh, that's a pretty good vista there. The old, something to do with the old castle way back when, over there. Pan right a little bit up on this old house here. It's a pretty cool statue. And then let's have a look at these graves. These are old as. You can't even see what date these were. But back in the day, they used to put skull and crossbones on the graves as a sign of mortality. And a lot of them have got that on, the older ones. Like, look at this one. This is right in front of the church. You've got the crossed bones at the bottom. I'm not sure what those are on the side. Maybe angels. Probably angels. And then at the top you've got the skull into the concrete. I found a few of them that were like 1700s, 1715 and 1570 to 1633. Let's see if I can get that same thing. 1570 to 1633, 63 years old. Not bad for those days, I would think. So I'm just going to walk around and video. I was thinking, Dad, if I walk up there and I'll just do a big pan. We did find some Lawson, 1740, 1833. But it's quite big. A lot of the, it seems a lot of the war memorial type ones are being replaced, or do get replaced, with little alabaster type ones. So we've been trying to find that, and I'm wondering whether or not maybe it's been replaced with one, but it's a pretty big graveyard, and we don't really have all day. This is our last day here, so I thought this was interesting. Statues. Now this is in remembrance to, in the Reformation, I'll read it. Statues of heroes in the Scottish Presbyterian Reformation was set up when the Valley Cemetery was opened. We're part of the educational and improving atmosphere of Victorian Stirling. There were even cemetery guides. These enclosed figures represent the traditional story of Margaret Wilson, who, aged 18, was executed by drowning in the Solway Firth for refusing to renounce the Protestant faith. She had no connection with Stirling. The monument avoids the horror of her death and presents a more sentimental Victorian idealisation of women. 18 years old, she was drowned. Unreal. Religion's got a lot to answer for. Oh, and this one here says about the skull and crossbones. Here gravestones are in rows facing east where the sun rises, and the last trumpet will sound. The earliest date is 1759, although we've found one 1753. Older stones have the emblems of mortality, skull or hourglass, and immortality, winged souls or foliage. Many also have trade symbols of bakers, masons, weavers and other crafts. A reversed 4 is the symbol of a merchant. Many Stirling people set up their gravestones as status symbols while they were still alive. So I'll wander up the top here, and I'm just going to do a slow pan of the graveyard from, well, as much as I can see, and hopefully when Auntie Margaret gets to see this video she might be able to remember where it was. But Dad and I have pretty much walked over the whole thing, so with a bit of luck we will have at least walked past. Like I say, we did find a Lawson grave, but it was Jessie Ann Lawson, so okay. Now I did that one, that's the, I don't know if it's the oldest one, but I did that one over below the Stirling Castle walls, and Dad did all of these ones over. But you know, it's getting pretty hard to see some of these old gravestones. And I have tried to phone Auntie Margaret and Sal and didn't get a hold of Auntie Margaret. Did get hold of Sal and she couldn't update me much. So I'm going to try Auntie Margaret one more time before we leave here. But it's actually not that big, but and so you'd think you'd be able to find it, but we haven't had any luck. So that's probably the only failure we've had on the trip. So that's not too bad. But we are at least here at the graveyard and walked around. And I'll zoom in on the Stirling Castle. Can't quite see the Wallace Monument behind over there, but I'll move around here a little bit. Maybe I can see it from over here. Not quite. The Wallace Monument is straight over that way. So that's the King's Knot ground down there, where the big gardens were. And I'll zoom in on Stirling Castle to finish the video. So I'll read it anyway. This is the site of the Battle of Stirling Bridge. Early September 1297, a mighty army arrived in Stirling to put down Scots' resistance to the English rule. The Scots allowed around half the invaders to advance across the narrow bridge over the Forth. Then William Wallace and the Scots swept forward to achieve a brilliant victory over a far superior force. They figured the English had about 10,000 men and William Wallace had about 500. So the Wallace Monument is straight up behind us, and I'll show you that when we get up on the bridge here. They said it could only fit sort of 2 horses wide, and It was just a slaughter, basically an ambush. The English, of course, thinking they were superior and everything would be all good, found out that everything wasn't going to be all good, and they got slaughtered. Now I imagine you could fit a couple more than 2 horses on there, but not many. So they're all trying to come across here, and William Wallace and the boys just wailed on them from the banks.
And was it not boggy here too as well?
Yeah, all of the surrounding area and stuff, and out here was all boggy. So they really had no other way to cross. Those bridges wouldn't have been there. But this bridge was here. And yeah, it would have been running red with blood, I imagine.
Yeah, it's quite a river too, isn't it?
Yeah, well, they can't have been very good swimmers. But yeah, it's enough of a flow, I imagine, to stop, you know, major artillery and stuff going across. But of course the English weren't really expecting much of a rebellion. They were just sort of, there was 10,000 men. We'll just wander across this bridge, and William Wallace was somewhere up there, they thought, up country. And he was actually, they think, commanding his men and forces from somewhere up close to the Wallace Monument, which is up there. He was sort of overseeing, he was the commander, but he gave the word to attack from somewhere up there at the Wallace Monument. So we'll wander down and keep this video going for a little bit, and I'll get a look of the other side of the bridge from down on the grass. The old cobbled streets. And of course that's Stirling Castle right there, right between those 2 peaks of the bridge there, pillars on the bridge.
Yeah, that's a good step, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
As soon as those ladies walk away, it is. Oh, nice one, lady. I guess she's taking photos. I'll let her off. Get out of me photo, lady. Yeah, wildflowers look pretty cool. So I'll walk over here and see if I can get a little bit of the bridge from the other side, or from below. Yeah, that would have been just running red with blood. Obviously some of the stones have been repaired and what have you over the years. They look a lot more uniform, those arches, than it would have been. But some of these older ones here on the buttressing would have been Probably original. So that's the Stirling Bridge, site of the William Wallace's major victory. Alright, Dad?
Yes, Scotland beyond the sea, it's got written on here.
Scotland beyond the sea?
Yeah.
Huh. Right on.
There's some wee figures in here. Wallace, another one, a statue to Wallace.
Oh yeah, right on.